Hey guys, so I wanted to go over how to do kind of a comic strip kind of thing digitally. Um, if you know how to do this, great, but there's some couple things that I wanted to show you. So here is the assignment called Unfortunato. It goes with the Cask of Amontillado. Okay, we have our directions slide here. So again, what your job is going to be is to predict how Fortunato insulted Montressor. Okay, so I want you to be specific. Don't just be like, oh man, he dissed me. Okay, give me something specific that you think happened, and there should be a story involved of how this occurred. So there has to be some kind of a conflict between the two characters, and obviously Montressor gets insulted and is kind of butthurt and whatever you want to call it. Okay. As always, everything should be school appropriate, and you should have 6 panels. So if you look here, we've got a slide with 3 panels and another slide with 3 panels. So your minimum is to fill in all of these. But if you want to add more, you can go up here to, if you click on this last slide before you do anything to it, and you click up here to edit, and you click on duplicate, it will give you another one. So you can add as many of these slides as you want, but my requirement is that you at least have 2. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to start by adding in pictures and whatever. You can do backgrounds. So you go up here to insert, image, and then you want to search the web, and it will bring up this site. My suggestion for you is you start by doing something that is transparent so that it doesn't have a background to it. So I might say transparent clown, okay, because I'm looking for like a guy in a costume or something. Because we know Montressor and Fortunato were at a carnival, and so they were kind of dressed up. So I'm going to choose this dude, and I'm going to insert him. And so obviously this is huge, but notice that there's no like box around him that you get sometimes when you do pictures. So I'm going to make the size a little bit different, and I'm going to move him around. So that's how you're going to add your pictures and anything else you want to do. Then you have to have some kind of a dialogue so that your characters can have that conversation and the conflict. So I'm going to go over to, let me see where it is, insert again, shape, callouts, and you have these like text bubbles and thought bubbles. So you have text bubbles that you can do, okay? And if you don't like that it's gray, go up here to where the paint can is and click transparent. Then what you're going to want to do is go to the text box and insert a text box here. That way you can type whatever your character is going to say. Okay, so you're going to do that with any kind of word bubble that you have. So again, you'll go to shape, callouts, and here's a thought bubble. So maybe your character is saying one thing and he's thinking something else. Again, it starts gray. If you don't like that, go up to here and click transparent. And then you will have to add that text box to type inside. Okay, so that's just a very simple way of creating this kind of comic strip. You can insert backgrounds, anything like that, but what you want to do is show me the progression of how Montressor and Fortunato get into their beef in at least 6 different panels. So each panel should be its own scene. Okay, so this could be like the beginning of what the conflict was, and then you start getting into the middle as you go down to the end and into the next slide, and then the last 2 slides should be kind of your resolution, unless you want to be adding more. Okay, so that's just kind of a little way to do that with the images and then the shapes. You can also do all kinds of little whatever shapes. If you want to add stuff into the background, there's arrows. So you can kind of make this as creative as you want to.